Telepathy, what is it? How does it work? What crystals will help you to connect? And how do you use them? Hello, beautiful soul. So this is about telepathy, and telepathy is really an intuitive connection. And you probably, I'm assuming, which is not always a good thing, right? You are probably, or have, and may not know it, or weren't sure. Maybe you didn't quite trust yourself or trust what you're getting because that conscious mind is a pesky little thing and it likes to make noise and just really give you all kinds of holy heck, right? I know mine does. It was talking up a storm this morning. Okay, so look at this purple flash labradorite. Labradorite is all about unlimited potential, manifestation, prosperity, and this is for your third eye. I'm going to put this down so I don't drop it. It's really heavy. Look at all the blue flash. This is my first piece of, let's move it over here. First piece of labradorite, and this one, I think I've had this one for maybe, gosh, I don't know. Well, more than 10 years. Anyway, let's not get too sidetracked, Terry Marie. So, blue flash, labradorite period, whether you have the gold, the purples, the blues, it's all good. This is known as girasol, also jelly opal. It is part of the clear quartz or quartz family, and it's filled with inclusions that look like wispy clouds, which is not the same as quartz that has clear inclusions. So I can put these up together and you can maybe get a better feel or sense. This is the clear and this is the jelly opal. Look at the difference. So there are some clear quartz that are cloudy. This isn't cloudy. It's kind of like a jelly substance. Well, it's not really jelly. It looks like it in there. Okay, moving on. Mosaic Chalcedony. It has all kinds of different minerals and other crystals, including quartz. This is only found in Brazil, these guys, and it reminds me of stained glass windows. This is gray-white chalcedony, very soft. Clear quartz, which really isn't part of the telepathy, but I'll get there in a minute as to why I have them on the table in 3 different shapes of them. Herkimer Diamonds. You can have a pair or one tiny one, like the size of my pinky nail here. This is Pistachio Calcite. Chrysanthemum Stone. And Windswept Blue Chalcedony. Doesn't it look like it was on a cliff somewhere and the wind just blew it and just created this shape? Kind of reminds me of the story of the Wuthering Heights, where you have Heathcliff and whatever her name is, I don't remember. Sorry about that. On the cliff, and it's just windy, windy, windy. Okay. So the reason I have clear quartz, and this one is a small obelisk, or you can call it a generator because it is not as tall. So this Mosaic Chalcedony is more of an obelisk because it's taller. Okay, I'll put that back here for the moment. You can have a clear quartz sphere that has inclusions, or it's crystal clear, or you can add a cluster or a single point. A single point, I don't mean something tiny like just my thumb, but like maybe this big piece or that one, if it was detached. The reason I added the clear quartz is because clear quartz magnifies the energy of all other crystals, minerals, and stones. I also included some selenite and some kyanite. These are always good to have. If you have one piece, that's great. I suggest you get more than one piece because you may have grids or you want to set something up that's special. And having kyanite, selenite helps to keep everything cleansed, clear, balanced, and supercharged. You can add clear quartz to anything you're doing, and it will magnify the energy of all other crystals, as well as set up a little protective shield. That's why if you have something that's just, tiny, then it has to work really hard. All right, so what is this? If you have a palm stone or even one of these smaller or larger obelisks, you can hold it up against your third eye. How would you hold an obelisk? I would hold it, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to have the point touching your third eye chakra. And I also suggest not having the base of an obelisk touching like so. And I'm not going to put the point towards you because that'll just zap you with too much energy. So pick a side, a broader side, and just lay it. Let's just pretend like right here is your third eye. And you just place it right, really touch it to your forehead, right where your third eye is. Same with a palm stone, chrysanthemum stone, a smaller piece of labradorite because the big ones are really heavy, okay? And you can put the flat side, so this part up against your third eye, which is kind of like right there for the sake of this demonstration and pairing. All right, if you don't want to hold them up to yourself, let's just move some of these pieces around. Let's see. Let's make a pairing because you can do this a different way as well. All right. Let's have clear quartz, okay? And add Pistachio Calcite and gray-white Chalcedony. Isn't that a pretty pairing? A pairing to me is more than one. 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, however many you want. So how would you, using this example, whoops, sorry about that. I get a little carried away in focusing on the crystals and forget sometimes where the camera is. Oh well. So, let's say you set this up and maybe you have, you want to add the selenite just for cleansing. You could have it off to the side, okay? It doesn't have to be like touching. Same with the kyanite. You could add kyanite. If I can avoid putting my fingers over the camera lens, you could do something like that. Now, truthfully, this feels bulky to me with such a huge piece of kyanite. So you could have a piece of kyanite that is half the size of this selenite palm stone, and same for the palm stone for the selenite. Okay, this feels less bulky. But the point is, you get a pairing. You find a quiet place to set this up and leave it. If you want to practice your telepathy, your intuitive channeling, your intuitive connection with someone else, your guides. Usually telepathy is more focused or thought of connecting with someone else. Perhaps you think of someone and you run into them, you get a text message, you get a phone call, an email, something like that. That's part of telepathy. It's a connection. It's an energetic, mental, or even an emotional connection, okay? And there are telepathic conversations, that's beyond the scope of this particular video. So if you're liking this content so far, please hit the like button or the subscribe button or both. And if you have any questions at the end of this, when you've seen it all, or even during the middle of it, pop that in the comments. I will be putting a full list of the telepathy crystals that are here on the table and some that I don't have, but they'll be in the description below. All right, so you have your pairing. Now you can pair any of these. Let's do another pairing and then I will show you. All right, let's do this. I think the jelly opal will stay put. Maybe not. All right, let's move this. Okay, let's do that. And let's have a pairing of, now if you have smaller Herkimers, then I would, if you have a pair of small ones and put them like right here, you can do that. And maybe add Mosaic Chalcedony. But this is the Herkimer that I have. This is my big chunk. This was my special gift to me a couple years ago. I love it. Anyway, sits on my desk. Okay, so we have 3 pairings. Now this one you could also add a Labradorite, but that wasn't my intention. So let's see. Jelly Opal, Mosaic, and Herkimer. This pairing is Gray-White Chalcedony, Pistachio Calcite, and Clear Quartz. Now you can mix and match any way you like. So you've set this up, you've cleared the space, you have done, a little bit of breathing so that you are centered and you're grounded, okay? And then you can put your hand, your left hand, even if you're left-handed, yes, because energy comes in the left and goes out the right. So palm down on the crystals, touching them, literally touching them. And your crystals can touch. That just really enhances their connection and your connection as well. So let's see. All right, left hand. And just breathe in. Focus on your third eye. And connect with your guardian angels, the spirit, your spirit guides, whomever it is you connect with, an ascended master, the Holy Spirit, whomever. And ask if there's any message that they have for you. And then trust what you get. Trust what you get. If you want to open up your third eye, use an obelisk or a generator, the flat side right up against your third eye. You can do that with a palm stone of any size. And even a small cluster. And I would use the base. Or you can put, this one's kind of big in the sense of putting it up against your eye because the points are definitely different. But you could put a generator. This one would clear, a clear quartz generator would clear your third eye as well as protect you while you're opening yourself up. Okay? So have a notebook ready to write something down and don't filter it. Don't censor it, just write it down. Don't second guess yourself, whatever you're getting. Now, if you don't get something right away, don't poo-poo yourself. You may get it later, in an hour, in 10 minutes, in a week, in a day, a couple weeks, depending upon how open you truly are. Okay. There you go. We could even do a small Labradorite and Chrysanthemum Stone and Clear Quartz Sphere. That makes a nice pairing. Have an amazing day, beautiful soul.